Greetings, this is Andrew Baker from Brainwave Consulting Company. Let's take a little bit of time to talk about security awareness. Now, security awareness is, we spoke in the past about people and how important people are to an organization and its success. Security awareness training, security awareness is important because security impacts everyone, right? Not just your security professionals, not just your IT specialists, not just your compliance specialists. Security affects everyone. Just like everyone needs to be in good health, although everyone is not going to become a doctor, everyone needs to understand good security and good computing hygiene, even though everyone is not going to be a security analyst or other security or compliance professional. If your organization is taking the time to train its people on basic security hygiene, understanding the kinds of threats that come around, it's going to be doing itself a great service. Most of the people who make mistakes do so because of lack of training, lack of awareness. All of the big breaches that you hear about, even this SolarWinds breach, what was one of the early entry points? A spear phishing attack, a very targeted phishing attack that someone clicked on, which allowed access into their machine, which got the ball rolling on infiltration of their network. You need to reduce that. If you make people sensitive to these types of threats and you help them to understand how pervasive these kinds of attacks are, they will be more vigilant. If you don't do that, they will be less guarded. We get a lot of mail, we get a lot of texts, we get a lot of communication coming from various vectors, and we can be on guard most of the time. Some of the time, it's important to understand just how well those things operate and how quickly they can get you. I had a situation once where on my network, I was doing some financial stuff, and I have a protocol for how I do that. And I was doing some financial stuff, and I had finished doing it, and I was under a little bit of a time crunch, trying to get a number of things done. And then a message came through suggesting that something had gone wrong with a financial vendor that I use. And because of everything that was going on, I thought, what? No way. And I clicked the link where the alert came in. And immediately it popped up and told me that you failed the test, because it was my own testing, my security awareness testing suite ran a fake phishing attempt and caught me. And it caught me because all of the conditions were right. I was under a certain amount of duress. They hit the right name. It happened to occur soon after I had been dealing with it, so it was fresh in my mind. And so rather than do what I know I should have done, which is I get that message and say, let me go log in cleanly to my financial provider and look, I clicked that link to understand that's crazy. What's happening here? And that sequence of events caught me. Now, of course, it was my own testing. It was not an actual attack. It was a simulated attack by my testing, but I fell for it, right? And it shows that even when you're regularly trained to deal with this, the right circumstances can arise where you make a mistake. A lot of these situations that employees make are oopsies. It's just a bad mistake. The goal is to keep this in front of them, keep the training in the forefront of their minds, help them to understand how important this is, make it easy for them, and put other tools in place. But the security awareness is a huge part, because you can put every other tool in place. If they are not aware, if they're not vigilant, if they're not prepared to deal with the subtle kinds of tricky messages that come in, they'll fall for it. Yeah, some of the messages you see are going to be terrible, bad language, poor grammar, etc. But not all of them. Some of them are good. And if they catch someone at a time of high stress, they catch someone in the middle of a news cycle where certain things are being discussed, they will be effective. All right? Thank you for your time. Speak to you later.